Navigating a consular birth abroad appointment can indeed be tricky. For parents who are seeking to establish U.S. citizenship for their child born outside the United States, understanding the necessary documents is key. In this video, we will clarify the required documentation, focusing especially on naturalized U.S. citizens. In this video, we will cover the following agenda. Firstly, we'll dive into the required documents for the CBRA appointment. Then, we'll look at specific scenarios tailored for naturalized U.S. citizens. Lastly, we'll offer some practical tips and advice to make the process smoother. Let's explore the required documents for the consular birth abroad appointment. This includes essential paperwork to prove U.S. citizenship for the child born outside the United States. We will take a detailed look at each necessary document. First, proof of the parent's U.S. citizenship could be evidenced by a valid U.S. passport, a certificate of naturalization, a U.S. birth certificate, or a consular report of birth abroad. Next, proof of the child's relationship to the U.S. citizen parent usually involves the child's birth certificate, which must be either original or a certified copy. Furthermore, proof of parents' marriage is often required, especially if the parents are married. Identifications can include passports, driver's licenses, or other government-issued IDs. Depending on the situation, evidence of physical presence in the United States might be needed, which proves that the U.S. citizen parent met physical presence requirements before the child's birth. Passport-style photographs of the child are required. And lastly, always check with the specific consulate for any additional documents they may request. Let's address a specific scenario. If you are a naturalized U.S. citizen, in such cases, if you do not have your naturalization certificate, your valid U.S. passport should typically be sufficient. However, we highly recommend bringing any additional documentation to avoid potential delays or issues. Always bring copies of all your documents along with the originals. Now it's time for a quick quiz to test your understanding. Here's a question. Which of the following is not typically a required document for a CBRA appointment? Your options are: proof of child's relationship to the U.S. citizen parent, a letter from a family friend, identification for all parties, and proof of physical presence in the United States. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. And then, in the next section, we'll discuss the correct answer. The correct answer is a letter from a family friend. While all the other options are typically required, a personal letter is not necessary for CBRA appointments. Here are some tips and advice to help you prepare. First, contact the specific U.S. consulate in advance to verify document requirements, as there may be variations. Prepare copies of all necessary documents and bring the originals for verification. Ensure you gather all documents well in advance of your appointment to avoid last-minute stress. Check the consulate's website periodically for the most current instructions and any updates. If any document is missing, it's crucial to have an explanation ready and provide alternative proof if possible, as consular officers need to verify all details to ensure the child's eligibility for U.S. citizenship. To summarize, CBRA appointments require specific documents to establish U.S. citizenship for children born abroad. For naturalized U.S. citizens, there are particular guidelines. However, a U.S. passport generally suffices. Preparation and verification of document requirements go a long way in easing the consulate process. Always bring originals and copies, and remember to double-check specific consulate requirements ahead of your appointment. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more helpful guides. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.